Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Today we have another thumbnail art for the video game Elden Rings, and I had a lot of fun playing around with this one. During one of the episodes, Potato got shocked by this little. I don't know what exactly it is. It's a little ball of electricity that just floats around in this area deep underground, and it's a beautiful area. It really is. If you've played the game, you know what I'm talking about. It's the Soifra River or something like that. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but these there were these little balls of electricity, and I didn't know if they were dangerous or not. Turns out they were. They were extremely dangerous. Like they one shot. So I decided the thumbnail for that video was going to be a picture of Potato getting absolutely fried by electricity. And you'll notice how I made like his little like fur coat or whatever it is. It made it look real staticky, like it's just being shocked out, and all of his eyes and mouth and his outline of everything is real wobbly to indicate that kind of erratic shock. And you'll see I was kind of playing around with doing like an X-ray electricity kind of effect that you see in like cartoons and stuff. And I stuck with it until I started doing the ink lines here. I just didn't like the way it made his face look. It looked a little too creepy, like a Halloween type image, and that wasn't really what I was going for. I have nothing against Halloween. I love Halloween. It's a lot of fun, but it just, I don't know. Like you can see here, I'm putting it in there, and I don't know. Maybe I should have left it. I should have played around with it a bit more, but I did abandon it pretty early, and the fact that like Potato doesn't even have a nose made it seem weird that I was putting in like that skeleton nose and stuff. So I decided not to. And here you see me embellish a little bit, adding some like extra warbly lines and stuff to his little fur coat, just to further imply that electrifying effect. And I'm just making my way around the image, doing just a real quick inking. Like I'm not even going for perfection. I've seen videos of artists that just sit there and they'll do the same line like 5 times until they get the perfect line. And I think what makes a line perfect is sort of the energy you give it, and especially in this type of energy, it needs to have that erratic, don't overthink it kind of energy. And that's exactly what I went for. I just dove in and just went full steam ahead. I may make a correction here and there, but for the most part, it's all about that energy and momentum, and I just tried to keep it going. And one thing good about working digital is you may have noticed I changed the position of Potato's hands. Like I didn't like how they were spaced, and I wanted them out a bit further to be more expressive. And you see, I just did that little ball in the background with all the electric lines and stuff. And I like the way things look, but you'll notice that I moved things over a bit to go more for the perfect thirds, where you have your images like on. I don't know the best way to describe this, but if you divide an image in 3, it'll have lines running horizontally and vertically, and if where the lines cross on the first thirds, that is where people tend to spend a lot of time looking at stuff. And let me skip to this real quick. You'll notice I put in a bunch of colors here, warms and cools. Like if you've seen some of my more painterly videos, I've been really playing with just getting wild with colors. And now, to some people, this may not seem wild with colors. For me, this is wild with colors because I tend to paint things more muted and much more tame. And I've been really trying to push past that and expand my own creativity when it comes to images that I'm painting, make them more expressive and more colorful. It's a work in progress. I'm going to be doing this for a while till I'm happy with what I achieved. Like, I'm happy with this image. Don't get me wrong. I really enjoyed the image. I think it has a lot of energy, and that's what I'm going for, especially since it is an image of somebody being shocked. Obviously, that's double energy. But I want I want to achieve more in my images, and I'm going to continue to strive. And I think that's important as an artist, because a lot of times, like, what you picture in your head and what you actually get out on canvas are two different things. Especially for beginning artists, do not get discouraged, because the more you do it, the better you will get, and you'll get closer and closer to the things that you see in your head. And not only that, but I heard artists talk like this before, but when you're first starting out, it's actually harder to imagine what you want to see. Like, you have kind of an idea of where you want to go with things, and you may get close to it, but even in the beginning stages, you don't really know what you're trying to achieve. And I'm not speaking for everybody, but you out there, if you're listening to me, you know what I'm talking about. Like, you want to be creative and you want to do things, but you don't really have a perfect visualization of what you want to do. You're just kind of searching out as you're working along, trying to get to that point. Well, the more that you do work, the more that you do art, and the better you get, you will start to visualize more perfectly what your end goal is. So as you're working, you get closer to achieving it. And I'm not fully there by any means. Don't get me wrong. I am still working towards it, obviously, because I'm still wanting to, like, change my own artwork. If I was happy with where I was, I think I don't know. I think I would get bored with it. I think it's just something that you always strive to achieve more. And, maybe I wouldn't get bored with it. Maybe that would be the ultimate bliss. You're finally just putting down exactly what you want to get down, and you know exactly how to go about it. That could be fun in and of itself. But here I am. I'm going through and kind of coloring in these lines. You'll notice that I did change the electricity lines from black to that kind of a aqua bluish color, because the electricity, I want that to be like a vivid aqua kind of blue electric color. That's my goal. And I thought it'd be more fun just to change the color of the lines. I'm sitting here playing around with shadows and colors and stuff, and you'll see I fixed that nose area. I didn't like that. Just adding some highlights and trying to get in as many colors as I can. You'll see there on the potato, if you see a potato in real life, you're not going to see like purples and reds and stuff like that. It's embellished. I got blue in there. I got purple, red, orange. It's kind of multifaceted. And you'll notice the fur. I left a lot of the color variation in there too. I don't want to lose that. You'll see me trying to preserve it while still kind of reinforcing a little bit of realism. I won't leave it 100% the way it is. I think I just tweaked my saturation there a little bit. Okay, so I had a plan. I was going to make like the water in the image and a little bit of a background. But I was enjoying like the kind of abstract look of the background, just the colors and kind of how erratic they were. So I backed off of that idea. And I'll actually reinforce that more here in just a bit. You see me, I'm trying to figure out, there we go. So I was like, we need more energy. So I just went in and did like a splatter brush of colors back there. Going through, checking out my brushes, trying to figure out a good texture that I wanted to go for to paint with. Eventually I figure out what I want, and I'm really bumping up the whites here to imply just that high impact energy, just that he's thoroughly getting zapped, and he's turning into a baked potato. Still just playing around with the electricity effects. It's not something I do a lot of, so I'm just playing around, trying to come up with something that makes sense to me and that looks fun. Like, he's just getting blasted by that little ball of electricity. Bumping up my highlights even more on the potato. You'll see I'm going in and reinforcing the hands to give them more of a 3D look. I honestly, I had a lot of fun with this painting. It may not be the most pleasing painting anybody's ever seen, but I was having a really good time just playing around and just being, real painterly with it and doing my best not to overwork things, like not to make things super defined. Because if you think about it, like some of the, like maybe your most favorite songs or stories are like some of the best songs ever are songs that are kind of, they're implied. Like a lot of people have a lot of misinterpretation of what some of those songs are, because even the words themselves, people hear what they want to hear, or fill in the blanks when things are a bit obscure. And I think that's really important with artwork as well. Some things need to be really well defined, and other things, I think they just need to be a little more ambiguous and fun, and people can see what they want to see. And that's kind of where I'm headed at right now. Other artists, they may want to clearly define everything, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's great artwork out there. Like people are just amazing with like line work and color and stuff like that, and they do really defined images, and that's fun. That's fun too. But I'm going for this style. Just I want it to be very playful and colorful. At the end of the day, that's my goal. Here I am checking the values, you'll see, and about to finish up this image. This was actually a really quick image for me. It was only about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours in total work time. But it's nothing. It's not Picasso, it's not the Mona Lisa or anything. But I had a lot of fun. I bumped up the saturation, and at this point, I'm really loving my image. I like it a lot, and I honestly, I really hope you guys do too. If you like what I'm doing, and and if you want to, I'd appreciate you guys comment and let me know what you think, what you like and don't like, and it may influence what I do, it may not, I don't know. I'm really enjoying where I'm going, and I want to try to educate and help other people achieve what they like to, as well as entertain. But at the end of the day, I enjoy what I do, and I hope you guys enjoy it too. So everybody, have a fantastic day. Take care. Thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye.